Valerie Harper is now in town appearing at the Parker Playhouse in a play called Agnes of God, but still most people think of her as Rhoda, that great character she created in the Mary Tyler Moore Show and then in a spin-off series by the same name, Rhoda. Well, almost everybody still calls her Rhoda, and I was curious to know how that makes Valerie Harper feel.
I've really gotten nothing but benefit from playing Rhoda. You know, Joe, I'm in an airport or on the street and you have friends you didn't know you had. People approach you with an absolute look of love or familiarity or, hey, you know, I mean, it's like I said, neighbors or friends that I don't know, but they know me, and it's a marvelous barrier breaker. And I think the character that I played, people really felt warm about, and we, in fact, were in their living rooms night after, week after week.
Well, I think that's a reasonable response. However, I've heard more actors and actresses say the other side, gee, that was something I did 10 years ago. They're still relating to that. I've done a lot of things since. It bugs me that they still think of Rhoda in your case.
Well, it doesn't bug me because I have to know that the reruns are still on, and though I look different, it's still me, and aspects of Valerie made up Rhoda, along with some superb writing.
Well, of course.
I mean, the character was there before I ever was even cast. But I really think it's absolutely understandable. And most audiences, the people, are very willing to go with whatever new thing you're doing. I did a movie about a rape victim. I did a thing about a factory worker, sexual harassment on the job. I did a DA. Did you like that? And very just in October, Tony and I, we produced a pilot, a beautiful 2-hour movie of an assistant district attorney in New York. And I got all kinds of mail and loved you as Rhoda and you were great as Liz Farrell. So the audience is ready to go. Members of the media sometimes are not. And in fact, can I tell you a short little story?
Please, of course.
There's a critic in your town, and I talked to her. In fact, I talked to 3 different young ladies who were terrific. You know, they do an interview and then they do a review. And this one particular one, on 3 weeks ago, it was our first weeks of rehearsal in New York, called. She said, you know, you're the last person that I can imagine playing this psychiatrist in Agnes of God, which took my breath away. Not, you know, I mean, that's not the kind of thing for anyone to say. And she said that, and I thought, well, she said, and how are they going to see you as anything but Rhoda? And I said, well, if that's the audience's problem, they have to come in, see it, and so forth. Dollars to donuts. At that moment, I knew the interview and perhaps the review would be negative. And it was very interesting. I don't read reviews. And
really?
No, I really don't. Because
I hear people say that. I never believe
read them
people.
After. Oh no, I tell you why, Joe, and I tell you why it is true for actors. A lot of them, it's detrimental to read them. I'll read them maybe later, just out of curiosity. But while you're working, the rave or the pan can both affect you adversely. If someone says she's absolutely marvelous in this moment when she turns to the Mother Superior, and you get to that moment in the play and you kind of choke. Now, I think a long run on Broadway, maybe after a few months when I was really solid, I might read. I've read reviews in my life, but I find myself not reading reviews of other people's things.
Do you see
I just go.
Do you see your own works? I mean, would you go home every night and watch the Mary Tyler Moore Show?
I would see it when I could to see if my Bronx accent was consistent, if a certain outfit looked good, or a hairdo, or I'll repeat that. It was kind of a nuts and bolts, and also the enjoyment of what was in, what was out, what worked, what they did in the editing room.
I think people would be interested to know that that was pure acting on your part, that you were raised a Catholic most of your formative years.
Well, between
in California.
That's right. Between 7 and 14, 15, I was Catholic.
And so you're all of the crucible. And most of us have that crucible years that our values, opinions, and our accents are formed. We're spending Southern California as a Catholic.
That's true, yeah.
And I'm sure everybody thinks you were born and raised in Brooklyn.
I know.
In a Jewish family.
Well, I had a lovely, I have a stepmother, Angela Harper, who was
That's
married.
your real name, by the way, Angela.
Yes.
Valerie Harper.
Yes, exactly. And she was married to my dad for 23 years, and she was a New York Italian. Up 116th Street, Godfather land, that whole area of New York. And I patterned a lot of Rhoda after Angela. And also a second friend, Penny Ann Green, who was formerly Joanna Greenberg from Brooklyn, and a very close friend. So I would hear them in my mind's eye, see them and hear them, and use that New York attitude and the way they thought about things and their inflection.
Brenda, me. Listen, Brenda. Brenda, you are invited to a party. I said you are invited to a party tonight. Do you hear that, New Year's? You're not going to get me. Listen, here's the plan, Brenda. We're going to invite a whole lot of people, and we're going to have a great time. Not just a party, the most wonderful party ever. Because, see, we have a lot of things to celebrate this year. Where's the party? When do we leave? How did you get here so fast? Well, I ran up the stairs. I took them 3 at a time. What's going on? Okay. What's going on is that I am giving a party tonight. For New Year's? Yeah. I thought tonight was just another night. It was just another night when Joe was staying home alone. But I'll be darned if I'm going to be a sad sack while he's out having the time of his life. Well, what's he doing? Taking a bus to Connecticut. Lucky stiff.
What Rhoda and what that group of writers, what I learned from Mary Tyler Moore, just about set etiquette and how to get through the evening and not clutch.
Right.
Thank you,
Right.
like I just did just then.
No, it's because you have an automatic drive on your car. Who knows about a clutch?
No, but I mean, that happened. Those millions of things, and just the way she was with everyone. I had a marvelous training period, and I had already been formed as an actress, but then I got my opportunity. That's why I think opportunity doesn't knock once, it beats the door down. So just keep preparing, and, you know, it's the same way in life.
Valerie Harper, really a wonderful lady.